That
You'd get a lot of return customers if you did that.
exactly.
Well, it'd be like that when you watched, was it when Clue came out in theaters?
Yeah.
The ending was different every time.
Multiple endings.
So if you got the same ending, you're like, ah, god damn it.
Got to spend more money.
We're gonna do which what there's so many stories. It doesn't
I
make
bet
any
they'll
sense
do
to
like
me.
3 or 4 stories in the show.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
like 3 acts and maybe 3
Yeah,
episodes?
3 different stories, little short films.
The guy that breaks his glasses. When
The
he
guy that
wants to
breaks
read
his
the books.
glasses, yeah.
The plane,
Virgil Meredith.
the gremlin on the wing.
Yeah.
That's Terror at 10,000 feet.
And you got to do the cookbook.
Oh,
Serve
How
Man.
to Serve Man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Serve Man,
Or-
you got to
but-
do that.
But what about the kid with the powers that sends the people to the cornfield?
Oh, you mean,
They did that in the movie.
yeah.
I think they should have the helicopter hit all their actors.
Then there's that.
It's like a Gallagher show. Oh, God, it's awful.
What was the other show that was on during that period of time?
Outer Limits.
Outer Limits was my show.
I like Gallagher in this, too.
I like the Outer Limits.
Outer
a
Limits
lot.
was more like aliens and
more
that
science
sort of
fiction.
thing.
Yeah.
Science
Yeah.
fiction.
Its
as
opening
opposed to-
scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always about the Twilight Zone. I always liked that.
You could have the diner scene with Shatner in the...
Oh, that would be a
With the devil, the
that
little
would be a
fortune-telling
great
thing.
play.
Yeah.
That would be
And then
perfect
there was
as
the
stage. That's a great story.
there was the camera that showed the future,
Yeah.
and they were trying to use it to win horse bets, but it was actually about a plane that was going to crash into their apartment.
Wah, wah.
I was also a big fan of Serling's Night Gallery.
Yes.
That scared the shit
If you
out
take a
of me.
look at this painting, I'll make it into an episode of TV.
It's 2 men standing in a corner
Do
eating
you guys remember
churros.
Tales from the Dark Side?
Yes.
Another opening
they
that
still-
scared the shit out of me when I was
Oh,
a
a
kid.
lot of Stephen King
Wait,
short
Tales of the
stories
Dark
were-
Side.
were-
I don't remember the opening to that. Are you talking about Tales of the Crypt?
No,
Tales
no,
from the Dark
Tales
Side.
from the Dark Side.
That was
Yeah.
a show.
There's
Tales-
a world that exists beyond
Oh,
this
that
realm
one.
of
Yo, what
man.
late
What was the
80s.
Stephen King movie that had used the Enya song that the Fuji sampled? It was a Nightcrawler. Like it was like it was out in the country and like
Children of the Corn?
no, not Children of the Corn. Like
Sleepwalker?
was it? It was like where the
Were they
dude
cat people?
something like like
Yeah.
Oh,
Patronymic was in it?
Oh, no, it's
It-
Sleepwalkers.
Yeah,
It's 100%
I was like,
Sleepwalkers.
yeah, I remember that shit. That shit
Shark
fucked me up.
Stalkers.
Yeah, that shit had Enya. In
But
it.
they didn't, it wasn't the Fuji song.
Yeah,
That's another song. The
but it's
Fugees
the-
took it from
yeah,
it.
no, that's what I said. The
Oh.
Enya song.
Did the Enya fuck you up? Is that what fucked you up?
No, yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's Enya.
well, you know, she's the older
She's
sister.
got that Orinoco flow.
She's the older sister of the.
Shit, man, this inner John is lit, bro.
Me and Jay are having our own
There
show.
goes my carefully crafted Clanad joke.
Oh.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
No, you'll have
Nope.
to subscribe to my
No,
blog.
you're better off. Keep that gem to yourself there.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to compress it in my heart till it becomes a diamond.
Is M. Night Shyamalan still doing the Tales from the Crypt thing? Is that...
The rights. It's a rights
Just
issue.
going nuts.
It's just everyone is fighting over who owns Tales
I
from
don't
the Crypt.
wanna
So it's just
do
not. It's not.
anything.
I don't.
I don't
it's
care
gonna
what he
happen.
does, as long as Glass Man comes out sometime soon.
It's being worked on right now.
Go
Yeah.
watch Split.
I
I'm
did.
telling you,
It's great.
Yeah, Split pretty good. And
Do you have it, buddy?
So
you have
do-
it at your
I
house?
I got
Do
some-
all of his
You wanna borrow it?
movies intertwine?
Okay.
Yes, Jimmy.
Not all of his movies. So far, just Split and Unbreakable.
no, it's not. It's not like the
Yeah.
Tarantino universe because that shit's all connected.
Yeah, that's okay. Because I was curious about that.
All right. We put out
We have some great.
a feeler on our. Is it our Facebook page?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Put out a
Like-
feeler.
Like us on Facebook if you haven't.
Yes.
How did you guys meet?
Man, I haven't drank scotch in a while. It's making me feel
I know, my
fucking...
tummy's warm.
That's why I always say that the dark liquors need to be reserved for important and special occasions.
I'm feeling frisky.
Yeah.
Frisky.
This is just Fran. Well,
right.
Leigh kind of alluded to one of the first questions I want to ask. How did you guys become friends, and who out of the group is the least likely that you thought you'd become friends with?
Well, you could listen to episode 14, episode 27, episode 44, episode 92. Long story short, Kerry was sad.
I've heard that story so many times. I feel like I was there, and I definitely wasn't.
No, you may
Well,
not have even been born.
Exactly.
We might have new people who have not heard the
Okay.
story. So where should we start?
In song. We should start in song.
All right.
Me,
Well, I think start, like you and I, me and Leigh, we know each other from high school.
Yeah. And Shannon would call into your old KJQ show,
Yes.
and he was Shannon the Amazing Sewer Boy,
Fuck, I was amazing too.
and I was
What happened?
I was Captain Matt. I was Captain Matt.
That's right. You were Captain Magna.
Straight up
Captain Magna,
roasted.
yeah, defender of the smelter, and we'd call in, and you guys got to be buddies, and then
Oh yeah, Shannon ran away. And
Shannon ran away, and Kerry took in his teenage friend.
I took him in.
Yeah, and I was friends with the Vice Boys, and then we all met up, and that's how we all met. And then everybody else kind of came on later on.
Well, then we
But I
met
seriously-
Jimmy at the first Comic-Con we ever went to.
It was Sundance. I met Jimmy at Sundance.
Yeah, that's well. No, we had met prior at Comic-Con.
Okay.
When you guys were down
San
there,
Diego.
but it was a quick, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour,
Like
and I left.
you
No,
like
we
inter-
went to
you-
that. We went to the concert,
the Mighty Boosh.
Mighty Boosh concert, and then I was gone. So, I mean,
But you also like interviewed Geekshow for Slug.
I just watched, and that was kind of thing. Angela, who owns Slug, told me to go there, but my encounter was that got me onto the show was, to this day, if I ever meet him, I swear I saw him one time in L.A. and he disappeared. Was Bill Murray?
Yep.
Slipped in the ice and hurt his leg, and so he didn't come to the interviews for this movie called Get Low. And so I was down at a round table. I think you were at a different round table. There was like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
But upstairs was an open bar. I was like, it's noon. I don't give a shit. I'm going to have a drink because I just did not get to interview my childhood hero.
Mm-hmm.
And Kerry pulled up a seat right next to me. We just started talking, and all of a sudden, like, hey, I know Vice, that kind of thing. And you should come up to the basement, like, watch the show. And then Derek had to go do a baptism. And he
said,
went to a baptism,
come sit in.
and he said, sit on the show. Like, I didn't come to be on the show. And then
You were so quiet.
what happened?
It's a hard thing to hop into.
It is a hard thing. to hop
It's a fucking hard show.
No, because I always say on the first episode I was ever on, I swear Kerry was never going to invite me back in this house. We were talking about Parks and Rec, and I said, "Here's a press release for you. Amy Poehler's not funny," and Kerry was shit himself.
Because them's fighting words to me.
I actually
I'll take it back.
I'm
but-
just
I
glad.
remember the first thing you ever said to me, in person.
What was that?
So Shannon, I still lived in Magna, and Shannon's still a West Valley boy.
Yeah.
And we were starting to hang out after our vicious high school rivalry. And
We
Shannon said,
were frenemies.
yeah,
Come
we
on.
were. Shannon said, "Hey, my buddy Kerry's DJing a club, and this club was trying to open up like by the Sizzler downtown.
Oh,
It was
Club
shitty.
Time.
Yeah, Club Time.
Great name.
And so we get in there.
Club
we get in
Time.
There, we get in there. I meet you. You said hi, nice to meet you. And I said, I call into the show all the time. And about 3 hours later, we're getting ready to leave, and you had your album box out. And I'll remember these words till the day I die. Captain Magna, put all those Dwight Yoakam albums back. Because I was going to steal all your Dwight Yoakam albums and sell them.
What was I doing with Dwight Yoakam albums in a club?
I think your program manager had given you a bunch of albums to get.
Oh,
rid
to give
of.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was.
yeah.
It wasn't shit you were playing. It was shit you were giving away to people.
That would be
So-
Dwight Yoakam album.
I
Yep.
guess.
Yep.
Hey, I'm not keeping those.
Yodeling cowboy.
I just happened to show up because
Jay got lost.
a comedian canceled on X6, and I had to replace I had to bump my show up like 2 weeks, and they sent me in to promote it. And I wore a sleeveless T-shirt, and they saw my geek tattoos.
Well, I saw the Deadpool tattoo.
Yeah,
and
and everybody was just like, "You
It's a
should."
cool Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
was
it's
I was
Spider-Man.
I was one of the first people to say Deadpool as opposed to Spider-Man.
Yeah, and Leigh had to work at the restaurant that day, and like 4 months later and then I got called up. So March 20th, 2013, one of the best days of my life.
And Tony was an intern
Yep.
at X96.
Back in my college days down at Southern Utah University, I came up for a summer and interned in the wee hours of every morning, and then went back down, finished up my degree, and got hired at.
Oh, I thought you said you got high.
Got hired at it was Simmons Media at the time
Yes,
for about
to do computers.
yeah to do a some sort of I guess I was a liaison between the computer people, and I was a computer person-ish, and the salespeople to make sure that all their advertising got put on the website correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you asked me if I wanted to produce after extenuating circumstances led to that, and here we are.
I still have that bank you gave me.
Oh, yeah.
It's right over
It's
there.
right there.
Yeah.
The R2D2 C3PO.
See, that's how he got on the show.
Bribery.
I knew it would work.
And I think all the white guys are like, our least likely friend would be the black guy, and the black guy's like, all these fucking white folks.
Yeah, that's pretty much the answer. Like, I mean, like, I still say this to this day. Like I said it a couple episodes ago, we don't deserve you, Lee George K. We just don't. You're just like a shining star, and in the universe.
I'm the biggest asshole at the table. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Whoa. That
Oh,
would
sorry. I didn't mean to take that title from anybody.
That would make you a power bottom, sir.
No, that's has the biggest.
Oh,
Okay, all
all
right.
right.
No, but no, it's
But no, thank you.
No,
Thank
but
you.
honestly, like all of you guys, yeah, like I just did not expect. Like I grew, like we shared stories, about jocks and nerds. I grew up a jock. I had to hide my geek shit, and
Or they would have beat you up.
yeah, they totally would have beat me up. I lived.
And we just got beat up.
I went to a predominantly white high school. Like I just had to be black and good
So
at
did
sports.
we.
Yeah. The last thing they wanted to understand was a nerdy black kid. So I just was like, hey, I could throw a football pretty far.
Like me and Leigh were the closest to black people they had to
Except for that one black kid.
terrorize.
His name, I shit you not, his last name was White.
Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, he was a good guy, though.
And Clarissa.
And Clarissa.
Did she explain? No.
Like
No,
she was like,
I'm
she
not
was
gonna
so
do it.
rad. She was all into heavy metal.
I did actually laugh. You mentioned that people that lived across the street from me when I was growing up, the last names were Blacks. We always say the Blacks,
Yeah.
and then they moved out, and the people who moved in, the Whites.
Oh yeah, I've got a white family living right over here.
You got a lot of white families living over here. They let me know. This was a good question. I'm curious to see how this will go down. Where
right.
is it? Actually, best hallway fight scene: Daredevil season 1, Daredevil season 2, Punisher. Daredevil season 1, Daredevil season 1, Punisher jail scene, and then Darth Vader Rogue One.
Oh.
Those are
If-
really
if,
good.
If those are the only ones we're choosing from,
So
because I can't say
so
Atomic
Punisher
Blonde.
jail scene, Daredevil season
Yeah.
1, and then Darth Vader.
I'll jump in. Daredevil season 1.
Yeah.
Because that was,
I think
It was so out of
was-
left field.
you never saw it coming.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
And
it was
just-
the original hallway
Well,
fight
it was.
scene.
Yeah, it was the first one that did it, and then also, just when he's sitting there like,
Yeah.
It's the first time you saw
like,
that.
He's
They're like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
it shows him winning, but not really.
well,
I mean,
he's
just
winning,
just
but
barely.
But he's about to collapse.
Yeah.
So I'd say that. But the Rogue One though.
And I'm glad that
That's the best Star Wars.
all of these hallway fights exist to pay homage to the granddaddy of hallway fights.
You're going to talk about Old
Old
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's true.
I got a hammer.
Jesus.
Did you ever see? Speaking of Josh Brolin,
Yeah.
he was in the remake.
I did
Yeah,
like
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't
the
terrible.
Spike- it was
Just
Spike
watch
Lee-
the- watch
that
the
was
first
Spike Lee
one.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like a shot-for-shot remake kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I get it.
I think the original says what needs to be said. So
Yeah.
as-
Yeah.
cinematically.
This one comes from Travis Johnson. If the Geek Show cast were given the keys to the Voltron Lion, who would drive each lion, and who would be left behind to watch the castle? I love this question.
I'm taking the left foot because I like that movie, My Left Foot.
I'd watch the fucking castle.
I was.
Oh,
gonna,
really? I was
gonna
going to say that.
I'm taking the black lion.
All right. Well, I got
Just like
the,
in Key and Peele, Black Falcon.
Is there a green lion? I'll take that.
Your Pidge.
Which one's the right arm?
That's the red. That's the red
That's
one.
the right. Which one's the left arm? What's that?
That's the
I
green one.
already got dibs on the
Oh,
green one.
damn, okay.
I'm going to be the princess. I'm going to be Princess Shannon's advisor and help Princess Shannon
Yeah.
fly the castle.
No.
I'm
I
black.
just-
I'm Black Lion. I'm torso in the head, baby.
I'm gonna make treats for you guys when you get back.
I'm going to be. I'm going to be the. I'm going to be the. I'm going to be the little mice aliens that live in the castle.
You guys look tired.
Yeah. I'm just.
You want some lemonade?
This question.
If you'd said car Voltron, there would be like enough cars for us to be in to become Voltron. Guess don't remember
Was there
Car Voltron.
Car Voltron?
There were
Yeah.
3 Voltron
Oh,
cartoons. There was
okay.
the Lion Voltron, then there was half season of the 2 robots that turned into 1 Voltron, and then Car Voltron was like probably I think there were 14 cars that became
Oh,
Voltron.
that's kind of
Yeah,
problematic.
but
isn't it?
the biggest problem was they were in a giant space cruiser that flew through space that somehow always attacked the aliens with cars.
that's
Fucking
that's
Voltron.
fucked up.
Yeah.
How are you going to get 14 people together to fight things at the same time?
How you
That's
get-
too
Look,
much
man, I'm busy.
coordination.
Jesus Christ, we could barely get us all in the
That's
room
what I'm
for
Yeah,
saying.
I
3
mean,
weeks.
inevitably those 14 cars would get overwhelmed, and they'd have to do a 2-minute cutscene to become a giant robot.
Yeah.
Spend all that
It
gas.
would have been cool if they weren't Pontiacs.
Right?
Yeah, screw it.
They're all just Yugos.
This one comes from David Knaus.
Smith.
Perfect.
If you
Knaus?
could have one personality trait from any person in geek culture, what would it be?
One.
Like, i.e., Han Solo's cool factor, Steve Rogers' bravery, Spock's logic.
God, the first thing that came to my mind was Patton Oswalt's humor.
Yes.
I like
That guy is a genius.
Absolutely.
I already have Spock's logic, but unfortunately, it's doubled with a near crippling cynicism.
That's a bad combo, my
Yeah.
friend.
Logic and cynicism. That's just recipe for a pessimist.
Billy D. Williams' charm.
That's pretty good.
I would
Hello,
want.
what have we here?
Actually, either a combo of Billy D. or excuse me, Lando's charm combined with Gambit's charm.
I would actually go with Sheev Palpatine's gamesmanship.
I want
That motherfucker's got plates spinning all the time.
I want Dirk Diggler's dick.
Oh, that's
I don't know.
Wait,
his
hold on.
dick
Is that
was-
geek?
That's a person's personality.
Oh.
I don't know. We
Well,
say
that's a lot of personality.
we say
Yo.
geek culture, not freak culture. Okay.
I think I would go with the Flash's optimism and hope.
Oh, that's good. I would, let's see, Kirk's strategy.
I love that you're looking like him as you do it.
You're looking very strategic as you wish for more strategery.
You look strategic as
when
fuck right now.
So the,
dude.
the strategy he employs most is when you get thrown against the wall, kick with both feet.
Yeah,
No, his,
obviously.
no, his bullshit factor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you think about in the original series, when everything was tried, he would lie.
yeah.
He would lie his way out of
That
shit.
guy was always raising with a pair of deuces.
Exactly. You know, the Corbomite maneuver. You know. Well, anyway.
Okay, I'll go with R2D2's pluckiness.
Oh, his bravery, man.
Yeah.
He's totally brave.
And be able to deal with his fucking shitty best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C3PO.
C-3PO sucks.
All right.
He's a bad
Asshole.
friend, isn't he?
I like this one.
All right.
This one's from Colin. Onion Rick or Pickle Rick? Who you taking?
Oh,
Fucking Pickle Rick, man.
Pickle Rick
Pickle
fucks you up.
Rick fucked
Yeah.
up some shit.
He's got a
Pickle
laser.
Rick.
He's got a laser that runs on AA batteries. Why would you not take that?
Did anyone look at their AA battery and like, you never did shit for me?
Come on,
tell
man.
you, that episode
It was so good.
made that series cross a line.
Yep.
Like it's gone into this like weird like social and like meta.
Well,
It's almost like
Commentary.
we were
Yeah,
talking about how it's like
commentary for sure.
It's when like Louis took the step.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
got so much emotional commentary
Yeah.
in that episode. It's crazy, and you combine that with the amount of violence in that episode.
It's like
just crazy.
And
like
then
when-
also it still makes you laugh your fucking ass. off.
Exactly.
It
Like
was
Game of
They're
Thrones.
fucking geniuses.
it was a syringe filled with syrup that would turn me back into a human because I didn't want to come here.
I didn't want to come to family. He turns himself into a fucking pickle.
So he doesn't
So
go
he's
to
have to
family
go to
therapy.
family therapy.
Hey Rick, what's that syringe sitting up there?
That's nothing.
Tied to a line to a timer.
I'm a pickle.
It looks like the timer's supposed to go off 10 minutes after we leave.
And and I read this article about it, like that Pickle Rick episode. Everybody was so excited when we saw the trailer for Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
Right. And they trolled us in the best fucking way possible because even Morty was like, he's like, I turned myself into a pickle, Morty.
And Morty
And?
And Morty's just like, and
And
Yeah.
you know,
What else?
I just,
and then they roll the opening
and
credits.
But then he goes, he's like, no, what, there's not many layers to this. What do you want? It's like I turned myself into a pickle, and 9/11 was an inside job. I'm a pickle.
well, at first I was because Morty goes, "Was it? That doesn't
Yeah.
matter."
Yeah.
But also, it was like the first time in Rick and Morty ever that Rick was powerless.
Yeah, that's true. When he's floating down the gutter, perpendicular, perpendicular.
And it's like that fucking cat's coming at him. He's like, no, oh God, get away from me. I know I've seen all those internet videos where you guys are
You think we're
scared of
snakes?
cucumbers and pickles because you think we're a snake. Oh,
You
God,
know what
so
this
good.
conversation has been for me? Like my wife must feel whenever she's hanging out with us.
Oh, you need to watch Rick and Morty.
Oh, I know I'm not
good
caught
sir.
up.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't enjoy the conversation or the
okay.
show. I just realized I don't know what the fuck you guys are
Oh,
talking
God.
about.
That episode is
Leigh,
bonkers.
it's-
I've watched it 7 times.
Nice.
All right, when the episode happened with the violent part, the super fucking it was uncomfortable for me to watch the first time, and I fucking couldn't turn away, and I rewound it 3 times because the animation is so good.
So good.
Like that fight scene, it's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Now,
And Danny Trejo
Danny
is the
Trejo.
Jaguar.
Jaguar
Jaguar.
Now, as you all know,
and Peter Serafinowicz.
I have
We're
my,
trying to
my-
get you to like it.
my problems with Rick and Morty. I saw that one episode, and I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It
And I
was
keep forgetting to bring the
Mr.
DVD.
Poopy Butthole one.
Oh yeah.
was brilliant.
Yeah.
I've been having problems with subsequent episodes. They're really hit and miss for me.
Have you seen the Meeseeks?
I haven't seen that
He
yet.
hasn't seen Meeseeks, and he hasn't seen Lawnmower
Lawnmower Dog is
But-
real good.
That
But-
was like the first 3 episodes.
I can't get the first season. But this premiere episode of season 3, I got to tell you, Leigh, is a bit of genius because
Yeah.
you do have the Pickle Rick adventure happening, which is violent and funny and silly. But then there's the family therapy shit.
Yeah.
So
and they
good.
break
Which-
that show
and-
down.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
which is Susan Sarandon as the therapist, And-
Dr. Wong.
Dr. Wong,
That's a racist name.
That's a racist name, by the way.
who's actually delving into the character's psyche quite accurately.
Oh, dead on.
You know,
Dead
that show,
on.
the show handles psychology
Yeah.
very, very well. It actually
Well, they do their
handles
homework on the
mental
show.
illness in a huge
So-
way, and I think 9 times out of 10, it's just Dan Harmon rewriting his therapy episodes.
That is absolutely right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you watched Pickle Rick?
I did, yes.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
It's fucking great.
I think Lawnmower Dog and the Meeseeks episodes
Yes.
are 2 of the best pieces of science fiction. Period.
I agree
And
with
then-
you. I fucking
And
agree
then,
with you.
and then there's another, because everybody goes back to Lawnmower Dog and they always just recite, "Oh, where are my balls, Summer?"
Right.
The episode itself is actually like, this is how Planet of the Apes happens.
Yeah.
And then there's the other episode, I can't remember, I think it's the not Meeseeks, it's the Crebopulous Michael episode,
Oh.
where they do what was the name of the virtual reality game where they play a carpet salesman?
Roy.
Roy.
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah.
A life well lived.
Yeah.
That's one of my.
It's-
That is,
it's
that,
a
my,
vi-
that
it's
is
a-
my favorite episode.
It's a
that
VR game
episode.
where you play Roy.
Taking Roy off
Where
the
they're
grid.
it's called like blip blobs. They took him off the grid. He doesn't have
a
a
social-
security number.
Yeah,
Did they
it's
say you survived cancer and went back to sell carpet or
That was
something
a-
like that? Or-
What a waste.
Jesus.
of course Morty took that route.
And
Yeah.
Morty's just sitting there like,
And then there's
Oh,
there's
man.
also the
So
episode
good.
where every Rick and every Morty from every reality
That's a good
bands
one.
together to defend the universe.
Yep.
I fucking. It is.
It's the best show.
The problem when talking about this show is every episode has some stuff in it that's so good that you can't. It's hard for me to choose a very favorite episode
well,
because
that's like saying your favorite Marvel movie.
right. I mean,
But what's hard about it is that I know my wife, for instance, can't watch the show.
well, neither can mine.
Yeah.
She hates Rick Sanchez with such a passion because he's so fucking disgusting.
That's Evelyn's.
Yeah.
Evelyn, Charles.
Yeah, just has a
girlfriend.
hard time watching the show. She's like, it's funny. I can tell it's funny. And smart people that I like and that I respect like the show. Can't get past Rick Sanchez.
My,
Yep.
my girlfriend loves it and makes me so happy.
Oh, Cat's obsessed with it.
It's
She
a great.
loves it.
No, it's so fucking good. You guys, Pickle Rick debuted the same night as
Oh, the
Burn the fucking gold.
the
Burn the
dragons.
golden grain.
Yeah.
I won't burn the grain. I'll just say burn the grain on
the
Game
dragons.
of Thrones.
Yeah.
That was a great night of TV.
That was the best night of fucking television. You got everything you want. If you watched
man.
Rick
Ray
and Morty,
Donovan was good.
Ray Donovan. Yeah.
So-
Twin Peaks was mostly watchable.
I'll take
got
your
that
word
going.
for it.
There
Got
was
that
a-
going for it.
There was a line in that episode of Game of Thrones that everybody in the house all of a sudden looked at me because my jaw audibly hit
it's
the
a
ground.
ladder.
Nope. The
Flea, you
line.
fucking
The
idiot.
line was. The line was when Theon Greyjoy washes
Yep,
up on the
yep,
shore and says,
yep.
"I'm here to ask the Queen a favor," and one of the advisors says, "The Queen's not here," and they all look around. I'm like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" And then the next scene is Braun and they're talking. I'm like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" I mean, the house levitated for about half an hour.
Y'all, you guys gotta watch. Like I've been rewatching Game of Thrones again and it's so fun to look at King's Landing. Like none of you motherfuckers is here no more. Like none.
You don't know what's going to happen to
Like,
you.
It's more like
You-
Game of Bones.
Yeah, you
Everybody's
switch
dead.
sides. You got a different haircut. Your shit is different. This whole fucking thing is a sham. Anyway,
All right. Next question.
Bob's Burgers was pretty good.
I
there, too.
I want to ask this question. It's this very stupid question, but it comes from our great friend Egg Fu.
Egg.
Oh shit!
Why do Utahns love 311 so much?
That's a good question.
I have
They have
no
shit
idea.
taste.
It's an offshoot because we are the biggest supporter of fucking ska.
Well,
Still?
it's a
311
yeah.
ska?
I don't know
Well,
if 311
But
counts as
it's
ska.
no, it's not.
It's
But
not.
But
it's-
it wants
it's
to be white
shitty-
boy
it's-
reggae.
Yeah, it's shitty white.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
white boy
about
reggae.
right. I'll accept that answer.
I just
for
love
sure.
that question. I saw it and I was like,
Why do Utahns love Third Eye Blind? Why do there's it's so funny because there was mediocre music I had to program into my radio station that is still popular in Utah.
Yeah.
12, 13 years later. Just go, come on, let's get past the Goo Goo Dolls for Christ's sake.
Every time I think of 311, I think of a friend.
fucking hate 'em.
A friend that has passed. We went to Warp Tour in Atlanta, and he first got burned on the arm by a cigarette, like so he's like, what the fuck, like that, and then he lost his shoes in a mosh pit because it was God, no, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes were there, but the last band to play that night was 311, and the drummer goes duh, and threw the drumstick, and it hit him right in the fucking head. He goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? I want to fucking leave."
Was that Corey?
No, it was my buddy Justin.
That's a bad day.
Yeah,
I just remember.
He's just fucked this place.
I fucking hate 311. I'll say it out loud.
I just remember being.
I used to love him. I used to love him so hard, like hard.
I just remember being backstage, and we're all just in this area, and the band is there, and we're supposed to interview them, and I'm like, I have nothing. I have nothing.
You just wanted your first question is like,
it's like,
why do you fucking suck?
I had nothing, And
it was like me at the Max junket.
And it was right when the recorder went on. Yeah. I looked down and I saw one of them had a Marvel tattoo. I want to say a Punisher skull, and that's what the interview became. It was what you're reading, and we talked about Marvel comics for a half hour.
It was me when that reminds me of when I was at the Critics' Choice Award with you, and I was talking to Johnny Galecki, and is that his name?
Yeah.
And all I would like, and the whole time in the back of my head, I'm like, God, I hate your fucking show. But we were nerding out about comic books.
But he was a super nice guy.
He was a super nice guy.
Just give him a chance.
But like, I looked at you, and I go.
He walked away and goes, "Well, you guys have a great night."
And I go, should I tell him his show fucking sucks?
No,
and he goes,
no, that's not the question you asked. The question you asked, should I tell him that his show is Geek Blackface? I go, no.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be a horrible thing to say, Shannon.
It's like, I'm glad I didn't.
Next question.
With the world coming to an end, what is your plan? Bunker down with guns or run and just roam around like Mad Max?
Okay. I'm going to be like Sarah Connor on the fence and just burn.
I'm just going to rock and cry.
Why can't I take my guns with me on the road?
Yeah, you trying to take my guns?
Don't take my gun.
Shitty question. Next one.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
Is the MCU too big?
No.
Yes.
No.
Next question.
All right.
You said yes?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What did you want? This is from Jeffrey. What did you want to be when you grew up, and how close it is to what you do now?
Jesus.
Yeah, no, like I kind of like
Well,
this question.
I mean, I can start with that.
Go for it.
I want to be an astronaut.
Here's the thing. I have never understood or related to people who, at that age, like I'll say high school, when you ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up, they didn't have an answer. I never related to people who said, I don't know.
You always knew.
I always knew.
I'm kind of in that boat, too.
It was just... I knew it was going to be one of two things. I wasn't going to take over the fucking farm. That was not going to happen.
I'd love that if you did.
I just said to myself, I'm not taking over this fucking farm. I'm not staying here. I'm not going to do that.
You're not working on Maggie's farm no more?
Old Mick Kerry had a farm.
So it was radio. That was the thing. I'm going to be on the radio, goddammit.
You did it.
And if that doesn't work, I'll learn how to drive a truck, because then I can at least see the world. Those were my fallbacks: is going to trucking school or getting into the radio. And luckily my parents supported it. So since I graduated high school, it's the only job I've had. So
I had two things growing up. Up until I was about 10 or 11 years old, I thought being a priest would be the coolest thing in the world. Even though I didn't believe in God or religion or anything, I thought being a priest would be super cool, because getting people to listen to you and believe your bullshit would be really amazing. So
and
as far as that's concerned, I hit that one right on the nose.
Blueberries.
But I wanted to be a space pirate, not a pirate, a space pirate.
Specifically.
I wanted to
Like Han Solo?
No, I wanted to be a guy with a pirate ship in space that raided other ships and stole their shit. And I still seriously, like, there's a couple Japanese cartoons about space pirates that I get so fucking wound up when I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, steal their shit with your spaceship.
I hate to break this to you, Lee. There's no air in space, so your space sails would never fill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hey.
I want you to know,
wouldn't
in
work.
particular, they are spaceships. They are pirate ships without sails. They have thrusters. They have maneuvering jets.
Okay.
And
See, I thought he
their
was like,
boarding
"Throw the
parties.
mast."
Yeah, when they do broadsides with their boarding parties, they're pirates that are boarding the other ships or wearing spacesuits, but
All
they
right.
have like Jolly Rogers on their chests and shit. And I've realized that if Elon Musk and SpaceX, if they actually do this shit they want to do in the asteroid belt, I might be able to pull that one off too. But because
But why you gotta steal? Why you gotta steal from people?
because then you can get. I don't
want you to steal.
Why
from
can't you
people.
be a space pilot?
Better than that.
Lee's
Lee.
like, I don't have a good answer for that. I just want to.
All right.
For me,
Yeah.
I always wanted to boss people around that were smaller than me. Make them walk in lines and be in charge of their bathroom habits.
You got it.
Oh,
So it
worked
shit
out.
worked out pretty
It
fucking
worked
good
out.
for me.
weird.
It's like it was either that or being a prison guard.
I'm in your boat. I'm in your boat, Kerry. I've always been fascinated with film. My brother and I used to make, little stupid movies when we were kids. Go watch The Goldbergs. That's my life. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, my cat watches it and goes, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "That's your life." So, yeah, I got lucky.
I wanted to be an engineer when I was 5 years old. That's
Like
what
you wanted to drive a train?
No, like I wanted to be
That's a
in.
conductor, dickhead.
Yeah, I wanted to build shit. I wanted to be an electrical engineer and mechanical engineer and build shit. And then I read Calvin and Hobbes for the first time. And
With he pees on the Ford sign?
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I know, I hate those. And then I wrote to Bill Watterson, who's the creator of Calvin and Hobbes. I
Right.
wrote to him, and I was 8 years old, and I wrote to his publisher in Kansas City, Missouri. And my grandma lived in Kansas City, Missouri, and he wrote me back and was just like, keep doing what just do it.
Mhm.
And then my dad took me to Warner Brothers Studios as to the animation studios, and I saw those guys, and I just loved how they were working on a very early Animaniacs at the time, which was really fucking cool to see. And at that time, my cousin, Mark Curry, who was on a show called Hang with Mr. Cooper.
He was Mr. Cooper.
Yeah. Yes, he was. That show was filmed on Warner Brothers Studios, and so I would be by the studios at that time, and that's when comedy caught me, and like I liked it because it was like comedy and news, or like animations and cartoons, and it was like live cartoons, and so when I saw him perform, and I watched him perform for a then treasured Bill Cosby, and
Yeah.
and then Martin Lawrence. Like I saw him open for a lot of people, work with a lot of great comedians that we know today, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hewley, and it just caught me. And I remember driving by Sunset Boulevard with my dad, and I said, I want to perform at the Comedy Store someday. I was 9 years old. And he says, well, you better work on your shit. 2 years ago, I performed at the Comedy Store. So that was like, it's kind of been with me. So I'm happy where I'm at now.
There you go.
Bam.
I got to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
Oh, you need my thumbprint again?
Yes.
I always wanted to, designate a podcast and
It's been
deal with a
my,
bunch of drunk assholes.
my dream since I was 3.
I always thought it'd be a great.
I'm kind of stuck on something though.
What's that?
What's
What,
that?
you got shit in space?
Who shits in space?
What, I mean, I understand you not wanting me to steal
I
things
don't want
here.
to steal things.
What about?
Yo!
But unless you got shit in space, I don't know what you're worried about.
It's not your stuff he's
No,
stealing?
it's not my. I'm not worried about you stealing my stuff. I'm worried about you.
Leigh, I shit take his space, bruh.
I will take things from rich space people and give them to poor space people.
Okay, well, if you're doing that,
Okay,
then
that's cool.
See,
All right.
if you try to
So-
board my ship, I'm gonna jump out and go, yeah.
Just float away.
Fucking freeze up like Yondu and shit.
So
and I'll have Chris Pratt going, no.
This is Jimmy's last words that he gets sucked into vacuum. Wrong soundtrack.
growing up, I always wanted to be a fighter pilot. And then by the time I was in 8th grade, I was too tall to fit in any
you're
cockpit.
just you're too big.
So-
They're little guys.
Yeah, so that kind of went by the wayside.
That
and then
horse
It's like you want to be a jockey.
all of a sudden, horses were too small.
I ate a horse.
So at that point, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but then radio kind of spoke to me as well, and so I ended up going to college for that, And
Go to college for radio?
yeah, I
know, right?
have a broadcasting degree.
Did you hand
It's-
your tuition? They just took it right into the dumpster fire and just like, there you go.
Yeah.
No, not the dumpster fire. They took it right to their bank.
Oh,
That's right.
So I got my degree in broadcasting and worked at Simmons Media for 9 months and was laid off and realized I don't want to work in radio. That place was scary.
Oh yeah,
most media is.
it's terrible.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like you've been with not. I wouldn't say like no, because you've had your rough spots too.
Oh
over the
yeah.
years I've known
Oh
you, yeah.
fuck yes.
And that's
I've always looked at it because I wanted to do it, and I was like, I couldn't live like that.
oh, it's
right,
you
and
know?
that's exactly what went through my head. Once I saw behind the curtain, I was just like, I don't want to have to go through all of that to be successful
It's
in
all-
this business.
It's worth it.
It's
It's
cutthroat,
fucking
man.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's fucking
cutthroat.
worth it.
It's no. Well, I mean,
So-
I love it.
So at that point,
I love it.
I changed my mind at that point, and I'd always been a gadget tech nerd, and I was like, computers. I want to work on computers, so now I'm a network engineer.
I can honestly say, after having done it for years, you can make it in radio, especially now. You're doing something right, and you're doing something that the majority of people can't do.
Right,
So,
and honestly, the fact that I'm here with you guys definitely scratches that itch that I had.
No, that's-
and,
and- Tony, 100%. That's
Yeah.
what,
that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
you know.
Hey.
and I still kind of do like with my job. I do. You know, like I've got to keep people's attention. And,
Right.
And so I kind of do the same thing.
What's the next?
And I'm changing the goddamn world.
I'll just say this: if you can make it as a black comedian in a predominantly white area named Salt Lake City, you could do anything. Next question.
Let's make it last question.
yeah, yeah.
Make it a good one.
Well, shit.
'Cause-
Well, I like the. I don't know if it's a good one, but I do like the gumption of this question.
All
We'll
right.
tell you if it's good or not.
Yeah.
With this podcast being released on both audio and video platforms, how soon are we going to get a much-deserved Geek Show TV deal? Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, CISO, Crackle. Someone's got to want to invest in you guys.
Well-
Am I
that'll
right?
be never.
First of all, CISO is closed. They closed up shop. Secondly,
New question.
no. Secondly,
I got another one loaded up.
Secondly, Excitable James is working on something.
Oh,
Irreplaceable, James. Like I said. All right.
Irreplaceable
All right.
James,
Here
yes.
we go. All right. This is the last question. We'll just do it this way.
what's Brad
I mean, but
Pitt
you can
really like?
But you can watch us on YouTube and enjoy that.
All right. So if it's third show, then you guys are in the future, right? What sort of time portal device does Kerry keep in that basement? Do you all have your own devices? How do them work?
It's called vodka.
I was gonna say, like, booze.
I only have one time traveling device. Unfortunately, it's set to forward.
At the speed of ratio of 1 to 1.
Yeah, I'm time traveling in real time, and it
me
fucking
too.
sucks.
Sometimes I close my eyes and then it's the next day.
Funko can't make that portal gun fast enough.
All right.
I actually reserved one of those.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the
I think I'm gonna get one,
Funko
too.
Rick and Morty
I
portal
haven't
gun.
bought a toy
Do
in
you
a
have to
while.
Yeah.
reserve it or?
Well, I pre-ordered it just because I know I want one.
I know the other time traveling device is actually built out of the corpse of Ernest Borgnine, and no one wants to get in it. That's the whiskey speaking.
Wow.
Poor
Here's,
Ernest.
Blu-rays games. Jimmy's got Blu-rays.
Here we go. Batman and Harley Quinn. I guess is a DC.
Yo, they
movie that's coming
fucking?
out. I like DC's animated stuff.
But are they fucking though?
Maybe.
They've got
Gotta watch it.
They've
I
got
haven't seen it.
They've got a comic book as well along with this. They're
But-
doing a regular
Batman and Harley
series.
Quinn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've started a title together.
Nice.
ADF. Are they fucking?
Staying in the DC universe, Gotham season 3 is on Blu-ray.
Yep.
Got ham.
They're getting pretty good.
Gotham.
I like where they're going.
I enjoyed this last season. They've gotten to that point where, like Legends of Tomorrow, we're just throwing everything
we don't
against the
give a
wall.
fuck.
You know.
Black Sails season 4 is
That's
now out.
about pirates.
If they go to space, I'll watch it.
They might.
No, I like Black Sails. Black Sails is the prequel to Treasure Island.
Looks
Oh.
like Star Wars Rebels season 3.
God damn it.
That ended
good.
great.
Guess what that has?
Yeah.
Space pirates.
Space pirate.
And the big moose bear.
Moose Bear,
Moose
Bear Stormcloud.
Yeah.
Moose-
Tom Baker.
His name is Bendu, guys.
All right, sorry.
Fucking you got fucking. noobs.
I'm upset about Rebels because I don't want it to end. It doesn't. I mean, I
Oh, 'cause
realize
you're talking that they're going to get to a point in time where they
they're-
got to end
this
it.
next season's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
did they
it.
say that?
Yeah, they're
Oh.
done.
Yeah, they're
Fourth
done.
season's it. They're gonna butt right up
They're-
against the
they're
original
gonna-
trilogy.
They're going to connect it. Yeah.
And I love that. And if there's things like that battle from Rogue One. If they actually do that battle from the Rebels' point of view, because we know the Ghost was there, So
Well, we already saw it. So I think, what's the kid's name again?
Ezra.
Ezra. I think he's to be the soldier in the ship when Darth Vader goes to the hallway scene and throws him up against the ceiling and
No.
slices him in half.
No, Ezra's not there. I think Ezra's actually not going to make it. I think that Ezra and Kanan won't actually see the end of the 4th season.
I think Ezra will. Kanan will not.
Yeah, Kanan most definitely feels like he's going away. But
Yeah.
we know Hera makes it to at least episode 4,
That's
and
true.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sabine's still alive, trying to unite the factions on Mandalore against the Empire.
How does she get to episode 4?
She's actually in the Battle of Scarif at the end of Rogue One.
But
Yeah.
you don't know if she made it.
I'm pretty sure she made it.
Okay.
And
Shit take.
Sabine.
And if theories are correct about a long-standing theory of mine, and the other people are trying to pick up on that one too, is that Captain Rex makes it all the way to Jedi. that theory has been picked up by a lot.
Oh,
of
I've
people.
seen it.
It
bunch.
has,
It's
but
great.
I also saw that one of the creators said that that's not necessarily the case.
They're not necessarily the case, and there's some people saying that since Tamara Morrison is Polynesian, that saying that this obviously white actor from 1983
Yeah.
is, but that you barely see the dude's face. I'm going to say it's old Tamara Morrison.
I think that's a nice thought. I don't think it's true, but it's
It's
a nice
true. I'll make it true.
thought. Games.
Oh, is that it?
I think you're done.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
okay. Fairly good sized list today. Coming out on Tuesday is the final version 1.0 release of Ark Survival Evolved. That's been in early access for like 2 years.
Wow.
So unless it gets delayed again, 29th. That's one of those open world kind of do whatever you want multiplayer online
Heroin.
games. There's science fiction and dinosaurs all at once. Let's see, something called Absolver, Dead Alliance. This is a game for everyone. It's called Everybody's Golf.
Everybody's
That's
golf.
not a game for me.
Everybody's Golf.
Oh, I thought I said everybody's dwarf.
Nope.
Oh, everybody's Dorf on golf would be something.
So
You and I,
So
Kerry, were the other ones.
I know, right?
Oh, I know Dorf.
something called Hello Neighbor,
Oh, that's the sequel to Hello
Hi,
Kitty.
neighbor.
I guess. This is a weird combination of IPs. It's Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the Rabbids
Yeah.
games?
Rabbids are
The
weird.
Crazy Rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they made a Mario and a Rabbid game all at once.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's good. I don't know. Something called Abduction for the PlayStation 4. Pillars of Eternity is getting its full final release with the complete edition. It came out about a year ago, maybe a year and a half roughly, but they've had a lot of expansion packs along the way to add to it. So this is going to be everything all in one. Red Out is out for the PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. It's kind of like Wipeout, futuristic levitating car racing.
Like F-Zero.
Yeah, like F-Zero
They
as
have
well.
guns. They have guns.
I don't see any
On the cars?
guns
I want
on
guns.
it.
I want guns on floating cars.
There might be, though. Resident Evil Revelations for the PS4 and Xbox One. I believe that originally was only on the 3DS, so now they're bringing it to the bigger consoles. Let's see. Something called the Metronomicon. Slay the Dance Floor.
What?
I think it's a dancing game.
Starring
That
Jabberwockies.
sounds
Yeah.
evil.
I guess. I don't know.
It's all goth. It's all
Hot
what's
Topic.
it? Typo negative. It's all.
Hey now, bring this corrosion to me.
That
Foot,
shit, y'all.
1 foot.
That shit is scary, man.
What's going on?
I know, like, oh, what the fuck?
Something called Warriors All Stars for the PS4 and Windows. A lot of indie games this week. It looks like another one, White Day, a labyrinth named School.
Huh?
That's in Charlotte.
I'm sorry, Jay.
I don't know. That's what it's called.
What's it
PS4,
called?
White Day, a labyrinth named School.
That's a J-pop game.
That's kind of what it looks.
Yeah.
The cover looks like Japanese RPG something. Wind Jammers for the PlayStation 4 and the Vita. XCOM 2 is getting a new downloadable content pack called War of the Chosen. Let's see, Yakuza Kiwami. It looks like a Yakuza game.
White Day.
White Day. Sunless Skies early. Oh, we don't talk about early access games. Let's see. God, there's some. Okay, this one. I'm done reading all of them. This is the last one that looks like it's worth mentioning because the first game was really good. Life is Strange.
Yes.
So the new Life is Strange game. This is episode 1 of that new game.
That's a time travel game.
Comes
yeah.
out. Yeah,
Oh, geez.
and that's a cool game.
Yeah, because you can only really manipulate a certain amount of time.
Right, it's like 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
You can move back and try again. It's really neat.
That's some
good.
white day shit right there.
So that's it. All the games.
That's good enough.
Woo!
Are we ready? Mr. B, if you would, please.
When I grow up, I just want to eat more ham.
Success.